आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Lauren rode her bike from her house to a friend's house 3.5 miles away. On the first leg of her trip, she rode uphill at 3 miles per hour. The second part of the trip covered a larger distance but was downhill, and Lauren rode at 5 miles per hour. If the downhill part of the ride took half an hour, how many minutes did the uphill part take? Okay, so as per the question, the total ride consisted of two parts, one of which was uphill and the second part was downhill. Okay. Now let us assume that during the uphill part, Lauren covered a distance given by x miles. Okay, x is an unknown. Now it has been said in the question that the total distance from her house to her friend's house was 3.5 miles. So if she rode x miles during the uphill part of her journey, during the downhill part of the journey, the distance she rode for will be given as 3.5 minus x miles. Okay. Now this can be simplified and written as 3.5 can be written as 3 into 2 6 plus 1 7 by 2 minus x miles. Now the question also mentions that during the uphill part of her journey she rode at 3 miles per hour, whereas during the downhill part of the journey she rode at 5 miles per hour. So the speeds for the two parts of the journey have also been given in the question. For the uphill part of the journey, her speed was 3 miles per hour, whereas for the downhill part of the journey her speed is 5 miles per hour. Now one more information that has been given in the question is the downhill part of the ride took half an hour. So that the time that she took for the downhill part is half an hour. Okay. Now as we know, time is equal to distance by speed for a constant speed process. So we can write that 7 by 2 minus x, which is the distance, divided by 5, which is the speed, is equal to the time in r, which is half, since the time is given in r. So we have an equation from which we can find the value of x. So taking 5 to the right hand side of the equation, this equation can be written as 7 by 2 minus x equal to 5 by 2. 5 by 2, and finally from here we can have the value of x, which is equal to 7 by 2 minus 5 by 2, which is equal to 2 by 2, as 7 minus 5 is 2, which is equal to obviously 1. So we have the value of x as 1. So we can conclude that during the uphill part of the journey, she covered a distance of 1 mile. Okay, as we have found the value of x to be 1. Now the question is, how many minutes did the uphill part take? So we have found that during the uphill part of her journey, she covered a distance of 1 mile at a speed of 3 miles per hour. So the time taken to cover 1 mile at a distance of 3 miles per hour will be given by the distance is 1, hence 1, and the speed is 3, hence 3, and we will be getting the time in r. So the time we have found to be 1 by 3 in r. But the question asks us for the time in minutes, and since 1 hour consists of 60 minutes, 1/3 hour can be written as 1/3 into 60 minutes, which is obviously 20 minutes. So we can finally conclude that the uphill part of our journey took 20 minutes, and hence 20 is the correct answer.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट, IIT, जेई मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनेट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।